Lever up! And I hit the button. Spin around then. This car. Main thing is oil pressure. Okay. And then the other switch up. That's it. Top off, choke off, and put your stroke on. And then you put your transponder on. And then it sets up.
Mike just threw on the back end. Mike?
Can you? What do you hear then?
I'll just hear us talking.
Gosh.
So,
Hello? Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Happy days. See, that'll record on the net now because phones don't have a mic input. You have to buy a wee splitter that'll split the earphones on the mic. That's what that was. It was like £2 or £3 eBay. So what is it then? It splits? It splits your earphone jack and a microphone jack. There's a microphone in the phone? There is. Well, you have your normal mic in the phone, but for our purpose here now, that'll not pick us up because it'll just pick up the noise in the engine. Oh, yes. So it doesn't have an import for an actual external mic. Yes, I understand. So that'll go into your earphones and then it'll split it on the mic. So, but is it coming off yours or coming off mine? It's just coming off the audio. Like anything I hear, that records. I understand. So it's handy. Like it's handy for me doing the lesson. What you could go and do is you can see that the wind is coming out of the north. Yeah. Northwest, is it? It swings about really from north to northwest. Yeah. So what you could go and do is do the taxi and then park out of, you know the way we're very, very close and the prop wash is blowing really up into the hangar doors here. So what we could go and do is our taxi checks where you're checking your full control of the pedals, yes, your slip ball and your compass. Yep. So you can do that now. Okay. And before you release the brake, reduce the power before you release the brake, because if you release the brake with the power sitting up, she jumps forward. Yes. What about the idle? Well, yes, just back and then release the brake. The main thing is. Does that keep us? I'll hold it for you. Yeah. Right. So. And remember, when you're taxiing, don't have the stick full forward. Have it back a bit, because remember the prop washer's going out over the tail, and you're really helping the tail pushing down. Okay. Therefore, then the nose is lifting up. Do you want me to go out to the grass? Yes. You look right, full pedal, because you're going to be checking the full control, full that way, and you can see the way that the compass is turning anti-clockwise in the left-hand turn, and the ball skids to the right. In the right turn, the ball skids out to the right, and the compass is turning clockwise. Okay. So you want to then now park in the wind, and that's what that's then is. You parked in the wind, brakes on and locked, and set the power to 2000, and if still warming up, 2500. Okay, set the power to 2000. Alright. It's at 2000 there now. Okay. Right, please wait. Parking the one, brakes and lock, sets on to 2000. It's still warming up, engine to 2500. So 2500 you can up that wee bit more. Because you're just trying to get the engine up till working temperature, and the oil temperature has to have a minimum of 50. Yeah, so controls full and free and in correct sense. So check the pitch first. Yeah. That's it, full control. Yeah. It looks good. And then over to you, up yours, Jason. And mine's went down. And then over to me, up mine, and yours went down. Yes. And then try the four corners, to make sure that there's nothing catching. Yeah, it's free. Harnesses and latches. Have you checked all the controls? Or do we have any flaps? No? Flaps? Okay. This is okay. And check, that both of them has come down together. Just don't take one that's working. You want both of them working together. And back up to first stage, and then back to neutral. Because later down the checklist it says set to for takeoff or first stage. Okay. Set instruments are all correct.
No, hatches and harnesses, was it?
I will still check on this one. Controls falling free in correct sense, so that's all done.
Right.
And then
Hatches, and me and you, and your door and all closed front, back, which this is, yeah.
Back ears.
Yep, I'm all nicely shut.
This item stowed away.
Nothing hang about. It shouldn't be.
Okay. Flight instrument set and correct. This isn't correct.
Always go from, the left, and kind of work through and come to that. It is a sticky instrument, so it needs changed.
Well, so we're not moving, so that's right.
Well, what you're looking for is the hands at 0. There's no cracks in the glass. None of the needles are hanging down.
Nope.
You can have a wee look to see where VNE is and operating the speeds in around about 70, 80 knots.
Yeah.
Vertical speed is you're not going up and down, so that's where it's going to sit.
That's set at 2.5.
Yeah, because it's warming up. Back up then, you're going to set that to 0, and hopefully it went to 999 where it did before, when you checked it before. It's not 999, is it?
No.
Put it to 999. What I do is, it's a sticky instrument, put it to 999, see?
Yeah. Okay.
And then remember, we're going to have to set it to 540. So 999 plus 20 is what? 1019.
Yeah.
So put it to 1019, which is about 20 millibars of a higher pressure, which would be that when you went down to the sea.
So 1019.
1019, 19, nearly 20 millibars. You'd have to screw because that hand's 500 feet, remember? 540 to be exact. That's only 1009.
Oh,
1019. Yep, screw on. Oh, easy, that's too much. Now tap it away and see as it come back. Tap. So you're going to have to set it back to 540. It's so funny, It's a bad instrument. Shouldn't be like that, like.
That's 540 there, isn't it?
And you can see that it's, about 16 millibars of a difference. Doesn't sound sense because every 1 hectopascal is 30 feet.
Yeah.
But okay, right, we're 540.
Okay.
Compass, what's it doing? It's saying north, yeah, which is good.
Yeah. Our oil temperature is in the green.
Yeah, all's good.
That's the heat.
That's the oil temperature. You're getting the minimum 50 now, which is good.
Yeah.
And the cylinder head temperature about 60.
Yeah.
So that's good. All back in.
We've checked the
transponders on. Radio's on the right frequency. You can check the volume by pressing. That's it. Just making sure that the intercom volume and the radio volume is correct.
Okay. Flight instrument setting correct, which there. Temperatures. Magneto check.
So you're going to have a wee look around you to make sure you're not blowing the prop wash somewhere that you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And hold on to the stick, making sure that the parking brake is holding the aircraft. Don't pull the brakes really, you're checking the parking brake at this time.
Yeah.
Main thing is when you increase the power to 3,500, that the aircraft's not moving and going somewhere that it shouldn't be.
So we're okay to increase it now then?
Yep.
Okay. 73,000 second magnetos, so no more than 200 drop.
Yeah, that's it, good. Seems good there, yeah, very good.
Yep.
And then back to idle to make sure that
You do it back idle quick, don't you?
oh, just nicely back, that's nice.
Yeah.
Look at that rain, hey. We might be able to get out of it if we're quick.
Right. Throttle back to idle, reset to 2,000 RPM.
Yep, that's it, that's good enough.
Fuel on. Yes. Auxiliary fuel pump on. So I can put this up.
Yep.
Content sufficient.
Yeah.
So trim set for takeoff and flap set as required. So
Trim is set for takeoff, but just check it to make sure it's kind of working.
So you normally trim down a bit and then trim back up.
Just hold the button till the trim goes and then let go, that's it.
Okay, and then we can set the flaps as required.
Which is one stage.
One stage of flaps. Which is there. Check all clear for takeoff and then check full power during takeoff roll with
Yep.
5,000 RPM.
That good?
Yep.
That's us.
Grand. So out to the tarmac?
Yeah, so what runway are you going to use?
Where's the wind again?
The wind's coming out of the northwest, it is.
So that's coming towards us here now.
Northwest about here, somewhere northwest. That's northwest, so northwest about here.
So we would be better taking that from that.
We would be, yes. So we're going to use runway 26, so we're taxi into the 26 old.
Okay, so I can set this off. And then sluggish getting out like grass.
Aye, because grass is so wet. And as the winter comes, it'll get a lot wetter. Or maybe if it rains as much as in the summer, it'll be. See the way you've left yourself, you can do nothing.
I can't go, I can't, you can't cross
because
that
you went
line.
too close to the line. You know what I mean? So it's always better to go slower up to the line and giving yourself that wee bit of room. You know, if this was a licensed airfield and you done this here on a licensed airfield and there was an EasyJet or something coming in and you broke that line, well, that EasyJet can't clear because the runway's not clear. You've broke a line.
Right.
So he has to go round.
Right, okay.
Not so bad here, like, but it's good to know just to be a wee bit more cautious because of that. There you go.
Okay. Suppose too, like you would never know unless you heard them over the radio that there's somebody coming on too, like in finals.
Well, sometimes they might be on the wrong frequency, or you might be on the wrong frequency, or maybe you've turned your radio down, or maybe he's turned his down and he thinks that you're hearing him. You don't know.
It's just you always have to just look out and check everything.
Always be, yes. Very, very important, and that's to do with airmanship. Because remember, it's the other guy is going to hurt you. You know, that the guy that's not looking is the guy that's very dangerous to you.
Yeah.
At least if you see him, there's no problem.
Yeah.
But if you don't see him, and you're not looking, and he's not looking, well, hopefully you'll not meet him.
So I can go over here, can I?
Yeah, just watch and beat. You know, it's all to do with control, in position, and in speed.
Jeez, look at that rain there now, hey?
That's not looking wonderful.
No.
We'll maybe get a clear pit out to the south there, I say. See the way it's out here? It's a bit clear.
Yeah.
Just at the wind turbines, and there might be a clear bit to the northwest. I can see it bright out over the trees.
Okay.
But out to the west and out to the southwest is not looking that good.
Yeah. Right.
See the way you're holding the stick? So
I'm
definitely don't hold it because it will roll that way.
Yeah.
So all the T's and P's is all good. All the switches are up that meant to be on. The trim's set, the flaps are set. Making sure there's nobody in around your controls really when you're flying with some other guy.
Yeah.
And when you're all happy, a good look out at the windsock to see what's happening and assess where the wind's coming round the trees for the turbulence.
Yeah.
Okay. Keeping it straight with your feet. Let the speed build and start bringing in a wee bit of back pressure to keep the nose wheel light. When the aircraft lifts off then, when the flaps is on, it's 60, 50 is too slow, 65, 70 is too fast with the flap. When you get to about 300 feet above that height, which is 540, which will be 840, flaps will go to neutral and you'll climb in at 70 knots.
Okay.
Right, give it a go and we'll see what way you go.
They're just nice and easy then.
On the radio it's Golf Charlie India, we're taking off runway 26 for northwesterly departure.
Okay. So
that's it. Don't pull the stick to the left. Start increasing. Full power. Just keep it straight with your feet. Wee bit of back pressure now, just to get the nose wheel light. Come on, keep it directionally straight. Release the pressure, let the speed build, and then back pressure to maintain it. And we're doing a climbing right-hand turn. 840 feet.
bring the flaps.
See the way it's closed in out the front?
Yeah.
840, 840, 840. Lift the nose, up, up, up. 840. Remember 540, 640, 740, 840, flaps neutral. And then let her sink and accelerate. 70, now lift the nose to maintain 70, because that's your best rate of climb. Remember done that in the last exercise?
Yeah. To get the bubbles in the horizon.
That's it, lift the nose that bit more. Perfect. Beautiful. Nice control of speed.
Cheers.
Always be checking out for other aircraft and your temperatures and pressures are not going too high in the climb. Continue to climb out into the... See the way it's a lot clearer, the brighter. It's quite stable today.
It is. It's not as bumpy as it was the last time.
No, it's lovely.
Remember 1,500 feet we were talking about
because you can see the clouds are a lot flatter. They're more stratus. They're not cumulate. You know, they're not... See the way there's not much accumulation?
Yeah.
And stratus cloud is, you know, brings less turbulence.
Yeah.
Usually you get a lot more turbulent when it's accumulating cloud. As people call it, big cauliflower. What height are you going to climb to?
I don't know, what do you think?
I think we'll go to 2,500 and then level out at 2,500.
Okay.
It's the same as what you were doing the last day, just the best rate of climb, which is 70, lovely, nicely in balance, maintaining the attitude, maintains the speed on full power. I usually go to about 2,500 and then, or even that wee bit more, because the time you bring the nose down, you can accelerate and come down then to the 2,500 and bring the power back then to the 4,000, which is a cruise RPM.
Yeah.
So it's shortly coming, not yet. A lot of people level out too quick and then they lose the height and they never get to the height that they wanted to go. There it is now, attitude. Down the datum, way down, 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 down. Or the cruise. Remember, look at the attitude going up. What's going to happen there? Look at the height. 4,000. Less power. What height are you meant to maintain?
Went up 100 feet there, so that's...
You know why that was?
Because I was looking at the thing there.
Because the power didn't come back to 4,000 and the attitude was far too high. You didn't come back onto the datum.
Right. So I can reduce the power a wee bit then?
2,600 will do you, but we want to maintain that. And then what check would you do?
We'll do your lookout checks now, or... which there's nobody about.
Is that the only check?
No, the Frida check, isn't it?
Oh, let's do a Frida check.
So, fuel for enough of what we want to do.
So we'll work with about 24 litres, 23 litres?
Yeah.
So she burns about 15 litres with a 9 litre reserve.
So we have enough for what we want.
Yep.
R for radio.
Have you done F?
Not much, right?
Have you done fuel?
Yeah.
What about why is the pump still on then?
Oh god, you had to turn the pump off now.
See, everybody races the checks. Always remember, if you're doing fuel, you always want to make sure how much should the pump be on or off. If you had a fuel pressure gauge, you want to see the reading before and after. If you had an airplane with 2 or 3 tanks, so therefore then you check all to do with fuel.
Yeah.
Or
radio.
So what are you going to say?
So we're going to say Golf Charlie India is heading.
What I say is, Carrickmore traffic, it's Gulf Charlie India. We've just departed out to the northwest. We're 2,700 feet, 1015.
Okay. Right, so I'm at 7 or 27 now.
Yep.
We want to get back down to 25.
Well, you'd be down in the cloud.
So there's no point in doing that.
At the moment, no. But it's just you shouldn't have went up, really. We're just trying to get a bit of clear weather. Just we're still in that shower. In behind you can see that shower is quite bad.
Yeah. Right, so radio's stop. Right, so E for engine is all the...
Temperatures and pressures are all in the green.
D for direction, we were heading in the direction we want to go in.
Yep.
A for attitude.
Will that be your altitude?
Altitude, sorry.
Aye.
Yeah.
And what height are you going to set at and maintain?
Well, at the minute we keep climbing.
Well, that's what I'm asking you to do. You know, you want to be able to maintain something. Well, it's that height, 2,000. And I would set it an oddball thing because everybody else sits at 2,800 or 3,000. So it would be nice to set at 2,750 feet. So if there's another guy at 2,700 or 2,800, well, he's going to miss you by 50 feet.
Right.
If he's on the same price as him.
Okay. So, I can adjust the power.
Why do you want to reduce the power? Is the cruise RPM not constant?
It is.
Well, then why not just leave it constant?
Okay.
So if you want to adjust height, so all you have to do is slightly back pressure, change the angle of attack of the wing, go up. We'll maybe lose a wee bit of speed, but there we're going up. So we could do that. Then when we want to level down, then it's attitude down. So you have to find that line where you're not going up or down, wherever that attitude is in a stable environment. Okay, you have control.
So,
and what do you say when you have it?
I have control. Right.
So you're going to maintain the 2,750. Okay. We're just going out into a bit of cleaner weather here, which is nice.
It's good. Looks alright up there.
Aye, then good look around, and then we'll move on to a different head, just to them wind turbines to the left. What's that, about 40-degree turn?
Yeah, 45-degree turn now.
And remember, you're trying to maintain height, not climb.
So...
The old mountain away here coming up on your 2 to 3 o'clock. Do you see the way in the distance, the one hanging down?
Is that Ballerina?
Yeah.
That's mad, seeing Ballerina from here.
So it just means on a cross country it's quite handy to navigate, like. It's really, really handy.
That would take you straight down over Strabane in their direction, wouldn't it?
Strabane's further on over, up here. You're going out over by Limavady, by Dungiven, Limavady.
Right.
Okay. So what heading are we on? We're going to pick a reference point.
Right.
You see the one mountain away in the distance, the one that's sloping down just on the other side of Loch Earn?
Yes.
Let's head for there. That's a westerly head.
Right.
So that's going to be our reference point to do the turns left and right. Okay. The only thing is, we know that the wind's coming out of the north-northwest where we're nearly pointing.
Yeah.
So remember, when we turn, every turn, we're going to be turning downwind.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So we have to make sure that we don't turn over somewhere that we don't meant to be. Big built-up areas or airspace or whatever.
Yeah.
All right? So there's our 2,700. Here, I have control.
Okay.
So medium level turn, I'm going to turn it out to roughly about 20 degrees.
Okay.
And 360 degree turn, left turn. All right?
Yeah.
Back to the mountain in the distance.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do first is a good look out left and right. Make sure there's nobody about. And what we're going to do is coordinate the turn between roll and rudder to the desired bank angle, which is 20 degrees.
Yeah.
There.
Yes.
And we're going to maintain the height. We'll have to have a wee bit of slight back pressure because as we bank, the nose wants to drop. So we're holding that back pressure to stop the nose dropping and to maintain the height. Maintaining the rate roughly about 20 degrees. Hard to see there just to the left because of the cloud.
Yeah.
And nicely in balance.
Yes. Feel the rudder working there?
Yes.
The pedals?
That you're not slipping
It's just ever so
or skidding in the turn.
It's just very slight.
So what you're trying to achieve is that you're controlling the rate, the balance, and maintaining. You see the way I'm maybe about 10 feet too low, so I'm just adding that wee bit of back pressure. Just enough. There's a good performance in the airplane where the speed's not reduced any more than 70, and we're maintaining the height.
Yeah.
So maintaining the rate, the height, and the balance throughout the turn.
Okay.
And always looking out for other aircraft.
Yeah.
See the way I've just got myself 10 feet up, so all I'm doing is lowering the nose slightly. I'll get an increase in speed, but a reduced lift.
Yeah.
So if it's always wrong, fix it.
Yeah.
If the rate's wrong, fix it. If the balance is out, fix it. If the height, fix it.
Yeah.
If it's right, leave it.
Okay.
The whole way, and you can see that in a left-hand turn you're kind of below the rise and looking up, and I'm above the rise and looking down.
Yeah. Can't get over how smooth it is up here.
Beautiful, beautiful. Here, you have control. And then just turn it out onto that head. Just maintain that turn. Just keep it going. Maintain that rate of turn. And remember, no climbing or no descending. Always scanning. Maintaining the rate, which is the bank. Maintaining the balance. And maintaining the height. And rolling. There, and start coming out of the turn. Roll. Coordinate the roll and rudder and release the back pressure that you put on if you hadn't put holding any on. Okay?
Yeah.
So this time you do one on your own. Whenever you're ready. It's not a race. Good look out. Always good look out, because for other aircraft not looking out, they don't want to turn into.
Which way do you want me to turn?
To the left again.
Okay.
Okay, coordinate the turn, roll and rudder, and then neutralize the controls. And remember, you're trying to maintain the height, maintain the rate, maintain the balance. Are you clear? Oh, good man.
I was climbing a wee bit.
I know, I seen that. That's wondering why you're taking that diving. Secret is not doing abruptly, just smoothly. I said, you're still climbing that wee bit. See that? It'd be good if you were trying to maintain the 2,800 feet. But we're trying to do, you know, it doesn't seem much between 2,750 and 2,800.
No.
But it's a 50 feet. And that's a fair bit to jump off a ladder, 50 feet.
I'll sit there. See, whenever you're doing this, are you looking out the front window, or are you looking out the side window?
Well, when I get the rate sorted, I look at the angle between the bonnet relative to the horizon. And remember, if that attitude or the back angle doesn't change out the bonnet, well, the wing angle's not going to change, because the airplane's connected. The wing doesn't move about with out the nose. See the way it's staying nicely constant?
Yeah.
All you have to do is change the angle of attack, so you can come down to 2,700. And always looking out, always airmanship. But that's the wee things. The rate, the height, the balance. So we use that structural part of the aircraft. Okay?
Yeah.
Whereas the wingtip, the strut, where it meets the leading edge of the wing, or where the jury strut meets the leading edge of the wing. And anticipate, you know, your turn out about 20 to 30 degrees. See the way it's starting to come in? When it gets about a 30-degree difference, then that gives you that indication to roll and rudder. You know, just don't come round it and then race it out.
Yeah.
It's that nice, just keep it in that wee bit longer, and then that nice coordination, roll and rudder, back to wings level, and release the back pressure. Very good height control, beautiful.
Thanks.
Now this time we're going to do the same again, only this time to the right. Roughly about 20 degrees where the strut meets the leading edge of the wing. Always a good look out, especially around the blind spots. You know, I always kind of...
It's just like a car, isn't it?
It is, yes. Just always that way looking out, because I'll tell you, some airplane coming in on you, come in quick. Okay? Good look out. Always maintaining the height. You're not a climb. Always flatten it out after you start climbing. Good looking around, and then a nice coordination of roll and rudder to the side back line, neutralise the control. Perfect. Doesn't sound much. 20 feet turns into 30. Then it goes up and up and up. You know. That's it, fix it. That's the way.
There's Buckish and Erico from this.
No, it's class. The visibility is good when it's good and crap when it's crap. Seeing that shoreline, I thought we weren't going to get out. It shows you, if it's only shores, you can dodge them.
That's what I was trying to tell me the other day. You see, when you go up, it was raining. It's not like, it's not sitting in the house. The clouds tap you here, but when you're out playing, you can...
I have seen it sometimes where over here is perfect, but then you just look down and the wall of fog starts there, and some man down that house says, not a bad day today, you know, fog all day, and maybe it's maybe 50 yards, you know, just to the north or wherever it is, perfectly clear. It's lovely height control. Look at that. You can take the wind, we're stuck on the horizon. Anyway, it's constant. Not fighting with it.
No, well, I'm barely touching it, to be honest, you know.
But a lot, that's what it's all about. It's doing the right thing, but the right of enough of it.
Because last week I was trying to muscle the plane, trying to move it as much as I could, but you don't seem to do that.
No, it's natural. It's so natural but that's what, you see when you're explaining exactly what you want to know, what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
It's easy.
That cloud is coming now, I can't see where...
You're kind of estimating that look, there's the rising edge in front, and look, there's it there. So there's that gap. Sometimes it's like that. And sometimes it's total that we have to imagine where it is.
See it there now, I think.
Oh,
that's it there. On right now, we would get...
See the way you're only going? Just that wee...
It's ever so slight, isn't it?
Oh, aye, but it's always better to fix it early than leave it late. It's easy to go up 10 feet, but when you go way down 100, it's hard to get back. You lose that much speed. I always say 20 to 30 feet either side of target. You can do it roughly with pitch only. It depends on the performance of the aircraft, but usually thrusters and axers, any more than 20 or 30 feet you need power. You can't expect to look like that's dead on, that's perfect. And I would do the same again. Another one to the right, all on your own this time. You know what to monitor? Good look out before you go. You know, only this time we'll do it to 30 degrees. That's this strut. No more than that. Okay, nicely balanced. Still maintaining 2,750 feet. Which is all yours.
Let's go down a wee bit here first.
That's alright. It's not a race. I always say, you're trying to do something, get yourself set up to do it. An examiner or some guy that's doing your test. Checks to make sure he can do it. Same as today, your car test, you're a wee bit more aware of. You don't just go bare. Definitely seen that. That's it. And it's that nice coordination. Not many people just don't roll in and then it's that in balance turn to your desired crank angle. A bit more now, I wanted it 30 degrees. Right over. About there. Perfect. With that rate. And you'll see it will turn a lot quicker. And that's your bread and butter turns now to 30 degrees. And you can see that the turn radius is quicker.
Yeah. So that 30 degrees is that wee small strut?
Yes, on over.
I was thinking it was the second.
On.
There.
Right there, even a wee bit more. But as long as I know that you're maintaining the rate. And you can see as the bank angle increases, the back pressure increases.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Can't get any better. Perfect rate. Nicely in balance. And look at the look of the height.
Not too bad.
Perfect. Can't get it any better. As somebody says, if they're looking any better than that, they must be looking blood. Beautiful. is why we're taking different stages, you know, throughout the syllabus.
And that's why you have to give a wee quick glance to the control or the
Just that way look.
the altitude every now and again.
Always the across. I kind of run through like, you know, pitch, roll, balance.
Yeah.
Pitch, roll, balance. So you get the swing of it, and then it's natural. Perfect. Look at that. Always out on the same end. Now this time we'll do the 30-degree bank. This time to the left, whenever you're ready. And we're all right over the town because we're 1,500 feet higher than the highest object, and we can glide clear. Always good coordination. You wouldn't want to be turning and looking out and saying, why is Bran in the way? And when you get it perfectly in balance, it just sits there. But if you get any slip, then the nose wants to turn in, any skid, the nose wants to turn out.
Yeah.
You know. But when you look down at someone that's got it mastered, you'd swear he was doing nothing. You'd just say, what are you at here? I can't see your feet moving. I can't see your hand moving.
But it's just that.
And you'd swear the airplane was on a rail.
It's just trying to get that wee tiny amounts of pressure.
And same way when you ever do an instrument rate, you know, when you're flying, a lot of people over control things.
Yeah.
Where it's only a murmur. You should only tiddle it and see what it does.
Yeah.
If you do too much, everything goes out of hand.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Look at that. The ball stuck, the height stuck, the VSI stuck, the rate stuck.
Speed's alright.
Somebody says you found the glue. Beautiful. Not much wrong with that, Jason.
Happy days. Here's my turning point.
They should have taught you that magneton.
Should have what?
Should have taught you that magneton at the time. That's it. Anticipated. See the way you've left it late, and then you roll out and you're past it that wee bit. Always do it a wee bit sooner.
I was just getting excited there.
Same way, some people, you know, when they're driving, you just don't go into the corner in the next minute. You kind of in and in out. You don't go. It's not abrupt. And flying's exactly the same. And that's why there's good drivers and there's bad drivers. Same way there's pilots, good pilots, and there's bad pilots. Same again, only this time to the right again. Always a good look around. And we'll just coordinate left and right hand turns here because you're getting very good at it. And it's good where I just give you some sort of thing to do and you just go and do it. Like I can't fault you because I can't say it's a different height than you said. You told me it was 3,750 feet.
Yeah.
You told me it's a 30-degree and you said it was a right hand turn. Let's back out onto the westerly head where you've got a reference point.
Yeah.
So you know exactly what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. When you, as the boy says one time, when you give the man the tools, it's only you have to show him how they work. And after he's got them, well, he can work on his own. And that's what you're doing. You're just learning yourself now. And you're sitting here to make sure that you don't do something silly. Somebody says I give them money, he says great. Look, no hands. Lovely. Now you're starting to, which is very, very nice. You're starting to maintain height a lot tidier than you used to run up 100 nearly. Now you see when you run 10, you're doing something about it. Because you know why? You're that much in front of the airplane. The last time you were kind of overloading yourself, you were thinking of balance and going, how to balance this one? Oh, my way up or my way down. Now balance is coming nice and neatly. The rate's coming nice. We have more times than you can nearly have a coffee now. When it gets into the good stage.
Yeah.
The airplane then gets in front of you again.
Just takes a wee while.
It does. You get that speed back. And then you see when you're starting to get very, very good at it, you start to get about half a mile. The airplane gets about half a mile behind you. You know, you're in well in front of it. Everything's coming along. Same way you go to meet some guy. Well, if you've got your homework done before you meet him, it's quite easy.
Yeah.
But if you haven't got it done, it's hard. Sort of make it up. Beautiful. Beautiful. You better turn out. Good look around and same again. This time to the left. Always good, always looking about, making sure.
Just try to get down a wee bit first.
Well, why not just do the turn and get down in the turn? Because that's what we're going to be kind of doing next. So this, we're going to be doing climbing and descending turns. Because the last exercise we done was climbs and descents.
Yeah.
Now we're doing turns. And then the next exercise we're going to do climbing and descending turns. So you're kind of starting to do that a wee bit now. Where you can go up and down in the turn.
Yeah.
Or stay level. Oh, class. I don't want to move about the airplane and upset. You're that good, I don't want to upset you. You know, moving the weight. You're flying round the same pressure band.
Yeah.
Do you know why that stays at zero? Do you know the workings of the static?
No. Is that the airflow or?
No. There's a static. You see at this level here?
Yeah.
There's a constant pressure, whatever that may be. And that is in a diaphragm, this constant pressure.
Yeah.
But then there's another choke, a wee choke in it. So when it goes up, it notices the quickness it changes from this pressure to the lower pressure. You understand?
I get you.
And when the two pressures equalise, well, that goes to zero. It's when they're far away separated, that's the big change. So if you start at the bend, you're going from the low pressure into the high pressure, and that's the big change.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Well, if that pressure stays constant, the two pressure equalise, well, it stays at zero.
Yeah.
Same way, what would happen if I blocked the static vent? Same again now, Jason, only this time to the right. I'll ask you a question here. What happens if I would block the static pipe? And you start, say you were 2,700, and we started to descend, what would happen to altimeter?
They would give you a wrong reading,
It just would stay at 2,752. So you block. So it thinks it's still at that pressure.
Yeah.
So when you descend, I know it's a different pressure, but with the pipe being blocked, well, it can't get the rate.
Right.
So it thinks it's still at that pressure.
Just, makes sense.
It does. Same way this would read zero, because it thinks it's still at the same pressure.
Yeah.
There's no change. Just you get the slightest wee bit, like you can look at all the tops of the clouds. Well, it took some energy to put it there, so we're in that. You ever stand beside a bonfire, do you? When you get a draft at your back, your heels, and your back, why?
Why do you get something that heats something on the air?
That's right, something is right at the beginning. So it's well, clouds are the same. Could you imagine it falling down? It's going to push out like. So that's why you get drafts here and there, you know, in systems. And when clouds are building, well, it takes air in to build it. So you get that. That's why you get wind shear in very thunderstorms, because it takes that much energy. Oh, class. Sure. Good. I'm happy enough with them turns. They're brilliant. So what I want you to do is, I want you to go back out onto the westerly head at the same height. I'm not telling you to go down or up, just want you to maintain the same height, but on a westerly head, which is that reference point that you picked.
Like that point, just...
Yes. And then what I'm going to do now is, on that exercise, remember, these are medium level turns both left and right up to 30 degrees, okay? But also in the exercise, it's turns to different headings. So I could say we're on a westerly head now, we're exactly on 260. Okay. But I want you to turn the aircraft to a heading of 360.
360.
So that's what? 100 degrees to the right. So you have to estimate where 90 is, and that wee bit more than 100, pick the reference point, and remember we don't want to go up or down.
Yeah.
We're still at 2,750, but turn out until 100 degrees. Or sorry, 360, which is 100 degrees of a difference.
Right. So I had to pick the reference point out here to the right.
Because you can imagine 26 to 36 is 100.
I'm climbing here at the moment.
Well then lower the nose that wee bit. You could be getting a wee bit. Remember, three things put you up, Jason, is what?
It's the power.
The wrong power set, which you haven't changed, it stays constant.
It's the thermals or...
No, or a different attitude. Well, your attitude staying constant, your power staying constant, so it must be this rising there that's put you up. So then you're going to have to lower the nose to have and you're going to get then more speed. So that energy that put you up there is giving you a faster speed. Which is good. Now you're back to your original height. And we want to go from 260 to 360. And don't chase the compass.
No, not my looking at it.
No, it's always better to see how good your reference point changes. The only main thing is a good always looking out, which you are, perfect, but always looking out. And always remember, when you have the time, and we're free to check. So we know we're up about what? It's coming up there for you. We're up about nearly 50 minutes. So we're going to have to decide then, we're going to go back shortly. But after this here, we can go back. I can see the aerial straight in front of you there, of Strabane there, seeing it. The big whip there, seeing it just going past there. What reference did you take? Suppose that's mine. Right, roll out on that then. And then see how good your head is. It should be 360. Look.
3. What's that?
That's 030.
030.
So you turn 30 degrees too much. So pick some 30 degrees back. See the wind turbines?
Yeah.
Now you go out onto them. The first set. There's a right uncovered you'll be looking at it, rather than the reference point. Now head out. So that should be 360, which is north. A wee bit more to the left. Just pick that hill there. Now you roll out that. Perfect. Look at that. Now when you see now how good this is, if that there sitting on the northerly head, that wingtip should be holding that reference point that you had before.
Yeah, more or less.
Well, there you are. So I want you to go now from there onto the westerly head. You have control.
Control. So back to where I was?
Yes, and that should be west.
Yes.
Right? Good look around and Always remember that you're maintaining the 2,750 feet. Anticipate the turn, you know, so as you roll out, you're on where you're meant to be. So that should be west head, 270. What's this, look? Yeah. It was 260, so it was, and that's perfectly the same. Okay? Now what I want you to do is, I want you to turn out to the west of the head, just 10 degrees slightly to the right. It's only 10 degrees, remember. It's not a big kick, just to get used to it. Happy enough? That's it, that's about it. And then let it all set, it'll come into place. There. Now what I want you to go is, I want you to go onto the southerly head, which is 180. Do a look around and pick the reference point.
So turn it by them.
Now, so remember, see how much you've turned nearly 10 degrees. So turn back on the head, there, 270, okay? Now pick it from that head. Remember, it's 90 from the head that you're on now.
Right, so that's it.
Yeah, whenever you're at it.
Right.
It's a nice, smooth turn. See how nicely I got the west of it?
Where's my field? Oh, there you are.
All fields look the same. I'd rather took something else.
No, there's the one turbine's there, there's a big square field.
Oh, I see, no, that's good enough. Yes, I see what you, yes, on this side of it.
Yeah.
That's it, and roll and rudder, and release the back pressure if you had any on. Remember, because you're benefiting. Look at that. Look.
Nice spot on.
That's the way. See, and the more you practice that, the better you get. Now, remember, hold on and tight. Southerly head. Now I only want you to turn 30 degrees to the left. Left is less. 30 degrees, that'll be a heading of what? 150. Think what 30 degrees is. Estimate a good look around and a nice turn out onto 150.
I only want to do a wee hazy turn.
Yeah, that's alright, that's good enough.
So I picked this leg here to fly over the top of this leg, which I think is probably
What leg?
just down below us there now.
Right, that's alright, yeah, straighten it out.
So I reckon-
So that should be 150.
Thereabouts.
See how good luck is.
Oh!
See how bad you get at it? Now I want you to another 30 degrees till 120. Remember the head's 150?
Aye.
Left is less. So that's 30 degrees less.
Aye. Trying to
Because some of these here is a different compass and you have to estimate it. Because this is a vertical card compass. And look, 120 is less.
Right.
But on other compasses it's the other side. But remember, it'll go to 120.
I reckon it's not that far, even to be honest.
Right? Now just go.
I reckon it's about, it says about here.
Look at that, look. That's better than me, nearly.
Not too quick on me.
That's good, that's good. That's very good. Now what I want to do then is turn out onto another 30 degrees onto the easterly head, please.
Right.
Now that'll be 090. 120, 30 less, 190.
Big one turbine there, just.
And that's us heading back to Carrickmore. And when you're heading back to Carrickmore, I want you to do a freedom check. And then go back to the QLB, which was 9999.
Yeah.
Okay? So do the freedom check.
I reckon that's it there. Not too
Wee bit more. Wee bit more, 10 degrees, and then roll out of that. That's about there. Now watch it. Perfect. See? Look at that, look at the head.
I was trying not to look at that at all.
That's better to do that. That's the way you do it. You don't chase a compass.
Yeah.
Same as you don't chase any instrument.
Yeah.
So Frida,
Fuel. Have we enough fuel to get us?
we should have about 10 litres left.
Okay.
And the pump should should be still off because you're not doing a pre-landing check.
Yeah. Or
Radio, what I say is, carry more traffic. Let's go down to Mike Charlie in there. We're coming back in from Oman. We're 2,750 feet, 1015. We're going to join on a downwind right hand for 26. We'll call downwind. Okay?
Yeah.
E-engine.
everything looks good. So it does. D, the direction, we're in the direction we want to go. And A, our altitude.
Screw it back.
Screw it back down A.
Always do it with that hand, yes. Keep your hand on the stick.
Just back down A.
999.
Which is a handy one to remember.
It is, like ice cream. Now what I want you to do is, I want you to descend to 1,000 feet, Cormac. When you're ready.
Descend to 1,000 feet.
Yeah. Remember the exercise? Previous?
Yeah, so it's power.
No, it's not.
Reduce the power.
No. What jet? What jet? Cat.
Oh, cat.
Cloud below you?
No.
No. Airspace?
We're okay.
Okay. T? Traffic?
Traffic. There's none of it.
I never say no. Never say no. Because you don't know that.
Right.
You're always looking and listening.
Okay.
And inch and T's and P's.
Yeah.
So what's your glide speed? You're coming down at 70? Whatever. Or you want to do a... as if the engine was not the best glide speed? 60? So power off, idle, right off, and then lower the nose where you think 60 would be. And then hold the attitude, let it settle, check the speed, and adjust accordingly. If it's okay, leave. If it's too fast, lift the nose. If it's too slow, lower the nose.
Yeah, we're okay there.
Perfect. See the old checks, forget about them.
Yeah.
So this is the way we're going to start our next exercise, is that we could be in a descent and then put it into a turn.
Okay.
Just like if we were in a circuit doing base leg into final approach would be a descending. If it was a right hand circuit, it would be a right turn, and if it was descending left hand, it would be a left hand circuit in a descending left hand turn.
Okay.
So that's our next exercise. But that last exercise,
Happy days.
good, lovely control of turns, lovely rate, nicely in balance, maintaining the height nice. Wee bit of wonder, but listen, see the 10 or 20 feet, nothing. We're coming down to 1,000 feet. Remember now we're set on our QFE, and our circuits are at 1,000 feet above the field elevation, which is QFE, field elevation.
Okay. So whenever I live off at 1,000 feet, I'll bring my attitude up to 1,000.
Power first.
Yeah.
If you bring the attitude up first,
you'll sink.
no, the speed's going to dwindle.
So it's
power up till 38, 4,000, and attitude to normal, which is nearly normal, nearly as it is.
So my back the
3,800.
The cruising or just below cruising speed?
Just a wee bit below. Usually I would cruise at about 442 if I was going somewhere fast.
Okay.
You know, and just in the circuit, 3,800 is quite adequate. You don't want to be going around the circuit.
Where is Carrickmore?
Don't know, I've got it lost. That's Carrickmore Village.
Right.
You're still on the easterly track. There's the windmills just to the south of the field. So we need to turn slightly 30 degrees more to the left.
Okay.
Which it is. Good look around. And that's the start of your descending left-hand turn.
Okay.
See? Which we're going to do next. So kind of, each exercise falls into each. You know, it comes along.
Yeah.
So 50 feet before your target, which is going to be 1,050, the power is going to come up to your cruise, which is 3,800, and the attitude to normal. So I would start it now, because I'll tell me, come on, get the power up quicker. That's it, and attitude up. What about your right pedal as you brought the power up?
I didn't push it up.
No, you didn't. And you sent the ball out to the right because you never pushed the right pedal to keep it to the left.
Yeah. Because
of the torque and the slipstream of the pivot bar. Is that attitude high? It is, because you've descended underneath.
Yeah.
But that's alright. So we're going to have to turn more out to the left. Out towards the town initially. I said more right pedal and more banking in. Beautiful. The attitude's coming flat down to normal. Down. That's it. And the power's dead on. Just keep the attitude from not going up or down. See the runway over here till about a 2 o'clock position? The group of houses? See them? You're not looking in the right place. 2 o'clock. Low, on the ground. 2 o'clock. No, you're looking through here. In the distance. See the wind turbine?
Yeah.
This side of it. 2 o'clock. You're looking in it now. All the group of white houses? No?
No, I still can't see it.
Just look across that way and you see houses and that's it. Strips to the left of the group of trees. See them group of turbines? Look till you see houses between me and you and the wind turbine.
I see it. I was looking.
Now we need to come on to the top of lock there, which we're going in a parallel track to the runway, which is 080, because we're landing on 260. On round to the right, which is here, which is about a 40-degree throw. And we're joining on a downwind right hand for 26.
Right.
So we kind of do the pre. There's we were coming level with the upside of the numbers, so what we're going to have to say on the radio is Golf Charlie India, downwind right, 26. You want to say it?
Golf Charlie India, down right, runway 26.
And keep the wings level. That's it. Pre-land checks is, I'll tell you them, it's off with the knee really. F for fuel.
Yes.
We know we'll have enough for a go round of about 8 to 9 litres of sail. And the pump is on.
Yeah.
Circuit height is 1,000 feet set on the QFE, which is 999.
Yeah.
W wind, well it's favourable now for, I can see that wind turbine right up to 6, blowing. So it's right up the strip. Keep for traffic, we're looking and listening. H for hatches and harnesses, we're all nicely strapped in. E for
Engine.
T's and P's. And lift the nose so that's the way. Now, start to reduce the speed, but maintain the height. So as you're reducing the power, everything wants to sit and lift the nose. Pick a reference point 90 degrees to you and turn out onto the reference point. Start reducing the speed, come on. It has to come from the 80 knots back into the wide arc, which is about 63 knots. Keep lifting the nose, lift. Come on, the nose is not continuing to lift. Continue to lift, keep lifting. Speed's still high, so the nose still has to be high. Keep it that attitude, up a bit more. That's it, hold that attitude. Now when you level off, good look around, one stage of flap, and don't let the nose pinch up as you pull the stage of flap. It wants to do that, so you have to lower the nose slightly lower than, that's it, that's perfect. 45 you should see the strip, what you do. See it?
Yeah.
Speed's good, 55's perfect. Now don't wait too long and miss the turn started. And remember, lower the nose as you enter the turn slightly, because as you do the turn, you're sticking the ailerons out into the flow, so that slows you down. So that's why you lower the nose slightly before you enter into the turn. No sense entering the turn and then decide too slow and lower the nose. So start coming round for centre line. Remember the 3 points, far end, this end, and us, and it's away this way still. Power, are you too high or low?
It's too high, I think.
Well then, we need to reduce the power. Completely off. Do you need it if you're too high? Well, where's the centre line? Is it to the right or to the left, or are you on it?
I'm not on it, no, I have to...
I will maybe see what will happen there as you turn. Should all the flaps be on now?
At this stage?
Yes.
We're not in the way there.
Lift the nose then. Now, there's the stationary point going down the window. Lift the nose up. There's a stationary point down the window. You're too high, so get another stage of flap on, and that'll let you pull and lower the nose. You're looking at the flaps while I'm looking at the stationary point. Are you too high or low? Lift the nose. Are you too high or low?
I think I'm a wee bit. I think I'm okay there.
The stationary point's well down the window. And if you push the stick, the stationary point goes up the window, and the speed's too high. This runway's not that long.
Right, so I'm too high then.
That's exactly right. So we can do one or two things. I'm going to have to sidestep here. Yeah, follow me through. Follow me through. See, there's a boy in a helicopter in. See? See the way how high we were? That's it, just follow me in. Follow me in. Follow me in. See the way I'm getting down, down, down.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting dry. Now there I'm straightening up, lovely. Look, just follow me through. Nice and relaxed. Airplane's sinking. Right? So now we're starting to gonna lift the nose to stop the sink. Still reducing the rate of descent. Look, keep pulling as you feel the sink. Keep the wings level. That's her on. Now keep the angle of attack on. If you reduce the angle of attack, she's going to speed up.
Yeah.
So then as the wheel's coming down, the brakes are coming on.
Yeah.
And there's a nice land. Nice and stopped. And then flaps neutral. And then taxi in. Nice and relaxed.
Where did he come out of?
In a skilling. He was here the other day and he's on out. I think he's out on his own. So pumping all off. See the way, see?
Yeah.
It's so sticky, it's a bad instrument. So you can trim up to normal.
I want to try and get out.
No fall, back pressure is up. That's the way. And what we'll do is we'll go down because you'll need fuel. There's no sense us doing circuits and we'll run out of petrol. So there's no sense parking here. We might as well park up a wee bit close. But in tight places, slow down. You know what I mean? Always watching that you're at a speed that you can stop. Okay? I would just go on up a wee bit more. Just straight at that. That's lovely. Keep coming on up. And then stop there. Stop there. Brakes on and locked. And then how do you do the shutdown checks? What you do is you can let the stick go neutral there roughly. What I do is do a mag check just at that power set. So one down and up, yeah, and the other one, yeah. And then I turn the avionics off, which I turn the transponder off and I turn the radio. No, that's the screw here. And hold it into here, click on the headset, and then let go. Both together down. Then the strobe down, then the master off. Brilliant.